Your time to heal. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I've been thinking a lot lately um, about my healing journey. And there has been some I feel like easy days. I don't want to say, well, good days, easy. However, some can be challenging. And I shall say there are days where I don't feel okay. I'm not okay. Um, and I just want to, I just want to kind of rewind back a little bit because we all have joy, right? If we choose, and and I just want to explain when I say there are good days, bad days. I don't I don't want to just say good days, bad days. I would say moments. There are moments where I have to pause, pause, and really look at the day. Like, what's going on? Whew, why am I feeling this way? Just examining my emotions, my thoughts. You know. Through this journey, I've thought a lot about, thought a lot of things. And there are times where I felt like I'm supposed to be perfect in following Christ because God is so good, and Jesus, the Holy Spirit, so good. And I feel like I shouldn't disappoint. I should be perfect. There are things that I do make mistakes, or I have made bad choices. I have experienced a lot of guilt, shame. So I'm saying this all to say this is why we shouldn't have such high expectations of individuals, because when you do, you expect them to be, without thinking consciously, that they're perfect. And the moment that they make an error or mistake or do something that you may feel is not good, you know, you look at them like, oh, let me disregard. Let me I don't want to talk to them anymore. They're a bad person. I thought they were this. You never know when situations arise where you have you have to make a quick decision, or you just you just you don't realize you're making a mistake. So this is why I say to not judge, to not judge people, because we're all human. And I tell individuals that the decisions I make, I have to think about my children. The steps I take, I have to think about my children. And I have to be okay with being a human, being a mom, and not doing things perfectly. That, you know, there are times I say, I should have thought about that first. Why did I do that? But again, I'm not perfect. And it made me see some things. I cannot hold people to that high standard that I don't leave room for error or mistakes. I expect them to do it right the first time and continuously do it right. And that was just, I had to stop and say, "That's no, I can't do. I can't. I can't because we're not perfect. Again, we're human." Um, I want to take you along a journey with me through healing. And this is what I do to help my clients, the people I serve, the people I speak life into through God. And I call it healing and transformation. The transformation through the healing. And the healing is not always pretty. Think about a wound. If you get, just say, um, a wound, you just say you fell off your bike, or you hurt yourself some type of way and it caused a scar, and you may need stitches, you may not, and depending on how deep it is, so you have to keep it dressed, you have to keep it clean. And there's sometimes you may feel, depending on the wound, you may feel pain, you may not feel pain. um, it may take, just like when people say you have broken bones, right? They just say, people who is in recovery from, you know, they're dealing with some type of injury, and they may hurt for a while before they even, through their healing process, they may hurt for a while before the healing even begins. So don't be afraid to explore you and move in the healing process. Don't be afraid. You know, we tend to always say, we worry about what others are going to think of us. I am guilty of it. If I don't do this right, if I don't, you know, do this way, they're going to look at me like this. You cannot focus on someone else's opinion. You can't focus on someone else's judgment of you. Because if they can't see you through the lens of the Lord, then maybe you need to rethink that relationship with them, that friendship. Because again, we're not perfect, especially during the healing process. Because sometimes you may tend to go back and resort to ways you so used to. So let's look at healing from a perspective of I'm going to go in this and I'm okay. I'm going to go in this without feeling like I should be perfect. I'm just going to go in this and I'm just going to feel it. I'm just going to, whatever happens in that moment, I just have to move in that moment and not think so far ahead because you can miss what God is doing in this healing process. He's awakening some things. He's bringing some things to your mind to re-examine or to examine. And you have to be okay with your healing. Because again, every day is not going to be perfect. Lean on God. Talk to Him. Talk to Him. You know, I have thought about a lot during this season. I have thought about the old me, you know, the version of me that I never really examined. But now that I'm in this healing process, now I have to not only examine who I am now and growing into, but I have to think about who she was, even the little girl in me. How can how can how can I not feel so overwhelmed, God? Like I have to talk to the Lord and say, God, why am I, what do I do? And I have to ask forgiveness all the time. And I'm okay with it. Because again, He's helping me see a lot of things. And I just want y'all to know I love you and you're not alone. You're not alone. And I want you to live in the moment and look at your experiences and just just be in the moment. And who do you allow to be in your in your presence, in your space during this healing process? Who has access? Who has access? Because not everyone can go through this awakening moment of you knowing what healing is and how it is a journey, and how they're going to be able to accept your grieving process when you're grieving old things, your mistakes that you made that you wish you had not made, the life choices that you made, and now you don't, you may start experiencing some shame and guilt at that point, and it may have happened 10 years ago. But be mindful of your circle, and get with a group of like-minded individuals. Ask God to send you His people, and the people that's going to help you learn and see and grow, and people you can help. Thank you for being here with me. I love you all so much. And please feel free to reach out, please. And I will talk to you all next week. And y'all have an amazing Saturday. Talk to y'all soon.